Hello students, we are going to start a new chapter today, that is metal and non-metal. Okay, so metal, non-metal. When I say these two words, something comes in your brain. Think about aluminium, think about iron. What comes in your brain? That they are solid in nature, isn't it? Or it is liquid in nature? I don't think so, isn't it? So it is solid it is in the solid form, okay. But here, exception is there of mercury. You know what is mercury in the thermometer you have, okay. Whenever your thermometer breaks up, okay, you see how the mercury is, okay. And it is in the liquid form. Now, but when we talk about non-metals, okay, you think of non-metals, carbon, okay, carbon can say. Examples are written actually here over this carbon, nitrogen you can say, bromine you can take. These are all what? Okay, so what are these? These are non-metals. So when we are saying non-metals, it comes in our brain that yes, it can be a solid, it can be a liquid, it can be in gaseous form. So solid form example given, carbon, liquid, bromine, okay, gaseous, O2, oxygen molecule, nitrogen molecule, chlorine molecule, anything you can take, okay. Now, when we talk about metals, okay, think of copper. Is a metal? Yes, it is a good conductor of electricity or bad? It is a good conductor of electricity, isn't it? And heat also. But what about the non-metals? They are bad conductors of heat and electricity. Take carbon, take bromine, anything you are taking, okay? They are bad conductors of electricity, but there is an exception of what? Graphite. Why I am saying graphite is an exception? Actually, graphite is an allotrope of carbon, okay? So it is a form of carbon only. But here, in the structure of graphite, what happens, the electrons are arranged in such a manner that it has got free electrons in it, and as the result that free electrons help it to conduct the electricity. So all the non-metals we are seeing that they are bad conductors of heat and electricity, but exception of graphite is there, which is a good conductor of heat and electricity, okay. Now next point, malleable. What do you mean by malleable first? I am saying metals are malleable in nature, okay. Have you seen the aluminium foils in which the food is wrapped? I think so, you all have seen it, okay. Take aluminium utensils, they are thick, but what about the aluminium foils? They are thin. So how this happened? Actually, if you go on beating this aluminium or any metal sheet, what happened? It goes on forming the sheets, okay, and it goes on becoming thinner. And as a result, what happens when you hammer it? What happens? It will be drawn into sheets. But what happens to this non-metals? They are non-malleable in nature. Carbon, hammer it. What will you see? You all know very well. Okay. Now, how will you hammer this liquid, bromine and the gases? Okay. So they are non-malleable in nature. Next. Lustrous and ductile. Come on, first we will be saying lustrous. Whenever you see a metal, are they shiny in nature? Yes. If they are shiny in nature, they are lustrous and they are showing the property, isn't it? But when we talk about non-metals, are they lustrous? Carbon ko dekho, lustrous hai? Nahi hai, isn't it? And as the result, what happens in this? They are non-lustrous in nature. Okay, when we talk about ductile, it means drawn into wires. Take the best example of gold. Okay, as much as you stretch it, it will be drawn into the wires. Okay, but what happens in case of non-metal? Nothing of that happens. Okay, now high density. Metals have got high density. Okay, why? Because they are heavy. As they are heavy, their density is more. But what happens to the non-metals? They are not so heavy, and as the result, its density is less. Coming to sonorous, any metal object, okay, you try to just produce sound out of that. School bell, best example, okay, when the bell rings, okay, what happens? Classes which are far off also can hear the ring of that bell. Why? Because these metals have the property of producing a tingling sound, okay, and that is known as what? Sonorous. But here non-metals, koi baat nahi, carbon, you take carbon, just boom, no, nothing of that sort of sound will be produced. Coming to tensile strength, बहुत ज़्यादा होता है in case of metals. You can see the iron this in the railways lines, okay, on which the railway tracks, I will say, they are made up of iron. Why? But they have got very strong tensile strength. Even the houses which are made, okay, the rods of iron are just put in the buildings. Why? Because they can hold it properly. They have got tensile strength. But what about the non-metals? No. They don't have tensile strength. Very low tensile strength. Okay. Now, metals are hard naturally. If you take copper, if you take iron, can you cut it? No. But yes, there are some exceptions of potassium, sodium. Okay. They are soft metals. Why? Because they can be cut with the help of knife. But what happens to this non-metals? They are not hard, they are brittle. Just you try to throw it or apply some force to it, what will happen? It will break. So they are brittle in nature. Okay, when we see about the metals, metals are colored also. Mainly they are brownish, reddish, silverish color in color. Okay, but in nothing of that colors we can see in case of what? The non-metals. Okay, now these metals, they can form the alloys. Alloys क्या होता है? It combines with the metals. Okay, metals and metal combines to form another substance which is more durable and which has got more strength, more conductivity. Okay, so here non-metals, non-metal and non-metal can't form alloys. Yes, these non-metal can combine with the metal to form alloys, but metal and metal can form the alloys. Okay, and here non-metal, they can't combine by itself to form the alloys. If they are forming the alloy, they will combine with the metals. Okay, when we see about the metals, here no allotropes we can see, but when we are seeing about non-metals, they exist in the allotropic forms. Okay, it means different forms are also present. Like if we are seeing about carbon, it has got three allotropic forms. It has got, that is the diamond, the graphite and Fullerene group. Okay, so here we can see in non-metals we can see the allotropes, but in case of metals we cannot see the allotropes. Okay, so these all the points which we have seen today. Okay, like lustrous also, there is an exception in case of non-metal. You can see diamond and iodine crystals, they are lustrous and they are what? Non-metals. Okay, but as such non-metals are not lustrous in nature. So exceptions will be always there. Okay, but you should know the exceptions and you should remember that also why it is being said. Okay, not only that it is, you should know also why it is in that form or why they are showing the property. They are like lustrous only. I said to you that yes, metals have that property, non-metal doesn't have. But why this diamond and iodine exist, which is lustrous in nature? Actually they are in the form of crystal form. The angles which they are making, according to that, they show what the property of lustrousness. Okay, so here I am concluding the class, okay, by these properties of physical properties of metals and non-metals. In the next class we will be studying about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So good day, take care.